there, Code Monkeys. Now, I don't watch a whole lot of television while I'm here at school, but there are some shows that I always make sure to make time for, and one of those shows is Glee. Being a former show choir boy myself, I love this show and how well it satirizes the show choir experience. So I've decided that for the foreseeable future, every week I am going to do a review of the new episodes of Glee as they hit Hulu. Spoilers ahead, so be warned all ye who enter here. Let's recap. We're going to talk about the faculty first, and on the adult side of things, we see that the principal has just hired a new football coach named Shannon Beast. He's also cut both Glee Club and the Cheerios funding by 10% apiece, in order to pump some more cash into revitalizing the football program. This prompts a whole lot of animosity from Sue Sylvester and Mr. Schuester, and the two of them decide to sort of team up against Beast, and they really treat her like crap, with all sorts of juvenile high school style alienation techniques. But of course, by the end of the episode, Mr. Schuester has allowed his conscience to kick in and he and Beast start to warm up to each other. I really like this Beast character so far, because she's really easy to sympathize with and she seems like a really nice person. And on top of that, the actress who is playing her is really good. And I hope they continue to use this character to her full potential. And there are two new kids introduced as well, Sunshine Corazon and Sam Evans. Now Sunshine wants to join the Glee Club, but she has a really phenomenal singing voice that Rachel feels threatened by. So Rachel, of course, starts to sabotage her. Eventually she does get her audition, but she decides in the end to defect to Vocal Adrenaline, because she felt like Rachel was going to make her life a living hell if she joined Glee Club. Everyone gets really angry at Rachel about this, more so than they usually do, and it starts to drive a wedge into the group. It seems like this time around Rachel's actions are going to have much more severe and immediate consequences when it comes to her social life, which I think is a very good thing. Rachel needs to have some bigger consequences, and she needs to start to learn from her mistakes. Because I do really want to like Rachel, but this show does do a great job of making it fairly impossible. Also, not only is Quinn now back on the Cheerios squad, she is in fact back in the position of head cheerleader through a very intricate series of political maneuvers. I'm honestly getting more and more impressed by how intelligent Quinn is. This girl is very good at putting up an effective wall, and she is clearly ready to be back on top, which is where she knows how to handle herself. Unfortunately, Quinn being back in the position of head cheerleader means that Santana has been knocked off the top of the pyramid, quite literally, which drives yet another wedge into the group. And then we find out that Tina has dumped Artie over the summer to start going out with Mike, which drives a third wedge into the group. What I like about this breakup is that the show is being pretty ambiguous about it right now. It's established that Artie was kind of being a lousy boyfriend, but the relationship between Tina and Mike comes across as very shallow and superficial, so it's not really clear who the show wants us to root for at this point. And I think that's a good way to go. Artie then asks Finn to help him get onto the football team because he wants to impress Tina. They figure that Artie being pushed down the field in his wheelchair would essentially turn him into a human battering ram. Unfortunately, when Finn goes to ask Beast about it, she's in a really rotten mood because of Mr. Schuester and Sue. And she thinks that he's making fun of her, so she kicks him off the team. And this frees up the quarterback slot, which the new kid, Sam, fills up. Finn, up until this point, has been trying to recruit Sam into the Glee Club, but Sam eventually says no, because he doesn't want to feel like an outsider in this school. Finn really gets a lot of shit dumped on him in this episode. All he's trying to do is be a good guy and help his friends and help the Glee Club, and none of it works out for him. But through it, he maintains his integrity and his character, and that's why Finn is such an amazing guy. Okay, so now it's time for a short prediction. The first season of Glee had the big overlying theme about what it's like to be an outsider in high school. And it seems like this season will definitely continue to have more of that. But it also seems to me like the show is starting to touch on the idea of what it's like to feel like an outsider even within your own social group, which is something I think a lot of people have felt at least once in their life. This season is off to a great start, so if you haven't seen this show yet, please go check it out. See you later. Go check it out.